You wake up early, alarm rings, you don't hit snooze. Not because you're disciplined, not because you're inspired, but because something feels off. A quiet pressure, like you're already behind. No one told you that. No one needed to. That's the first illusion of motivation. It doesn't always come from within. Sometimes it's installed. We like to believe motivation is personal, a spark, a drive, a choice. But look closer. Most of what pushes you forward was designed by someone else. Deadlines, notifications, streaks, followers, even your goals. They didn't appear naturally. They were introduced, reinforced, repeated. And over time, you stopped questioning them. Because when something feels like your own idea, you don't resist it. You protect it. In the 1950s, psychologists ran a simple experiment. 2 groups, same task. One group was paid to do it. The other wasn't. At first, the paid group worked harder. More effort, more focus. But something strange happened. When the reward was removed, their motivation collapsed. The unpaid group, they kept going. This is called the overjustification effect. When you attach external rewards to something, you slowly erase the internal reason for doing it. And once that happens, you become dependent. Not on the task, but on the trigger. Now, fast forward to today. Your phone vibrates. You check it instantly. Not because you need to, but because you've been trained to. Every notification is a small reward, a hit of anticipation. Sometimes it's nothing. Sometimes it's something. That unpredictability is the point. It's the same system used in slot machines. Variable rewards. You don't know when the payoff is coming, so you keep pulling the lever. Except now, the lever is your attention. And the reward isn't money. It's validation. Here's where it gets darker. Motivation doesn't just push you to act. It can be used to control how you feel about acting. Take productivity culture. You're told to wake up early, work harder, optimize everything. And if you don't, you feel guilty. But think about that. Guilt isn't coming from failure. It's coming from expectation. An expectation you didn't create, yet it feels personal. That's not motivation. That's pressure wearing a motivational mask. There's a concept in psychology called learned drive. It means you can be conditioned to want things you didn't originally care about, not through force, through repetition, through association. You see success linked to money, money linked to status, status linked to happiness, and eventually, you start chasing money like it's the source of everything, even if it isn't. Because your brain doesn't track truth. It tracks patterns. This is why motivation often feels urgent, not important. Urgent. Important things are slow. They require patience, consistency. Urgent things feel immediate. They demand action now. And urgency is easier to manufacture. That's why deadlines work, why countdowns exist, why limited time is everywhere. Because when something feels scarce, your brain stops analyzing. It reacts. And reaction is faster than reflection. There's also a quieter trick: comparison. You scroll. You see someone your age doing better. More money, more success, more recognition. You don't know their full story, but your brain fills in the gaps. And suddenly, you feel behind. That feeling becomes fuel. But it's not clean fuel. It's anxiety. And anxiety can drive action, but it comes with a cost. It doesn't just push you forward, it keeps you restless. Even when you succeed, it doesn't switch off because the comparison never ends.
Here's the irony. The more you rely on external motivation, the less control you actually have. You think you're becoming more productive, but you're also becoming more dependent on systems, on feedback, on constant stimulation. Remove those, and everything slows down or stops. That's not strength, that's conditioning. And yet, it works. That's why it's everywhere. Apps use it, companies use it, even education systems use it. Grades, rankings, rewards, all designed to shape behavior, not necessarily to improve understanding, just to keep you moving. Because movement looks like progress, even when it isn't. But here's the part no one likes to admit. Sometimes you don't actually want what you're chasing. You just want the feeling you think it will give you. Relief, validation, a sense of being enough. And motivation becomes the tool that keeps that illusion alive. It tells you, keep going, you're close, even when close has no clear definition. So you keep moving, not because you're sure, but because stopping feels worse. That's the hidden side of motivation. It's not just a force that drives you. It's a system that can be shaped, directed, and sometimes exploited. The question isn't whether you're motivated. You are. The question is, who decided what you should be motivated by? And more importantly, if that disappeared tomorrow, would you still move?